Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Mike Beer, the feature race at Del Mar on Friday. Well, we've got a real good deal for you. Let's throw up the field for the Real Good Deal Stakes. 3-year-old Calbred or Sired going 7/8 of a mile on the main track. The number 4, El Tigre Terrible, is your 2-to-1 morning line favorite. Rookie Mistake, stakes placed on dirt, still seeking his first dirt win, 5-2 on the line. It's a pretty wide open and interesting race, Mike.
Yeah, it definitely is. Certainly, with the 2 morning line favorites, I think they're both pretty good horses there. There are some questions, surrounding them as far as, I think anyway, surface and distance go, but they're both pretty good.
And I think there are a few questions regarding this time form U.S. pace projector. Let's throw it on up. We know the 6 Clayton Delaney's pretty quick. He just went gate to wire with the addition of blinkers at Los Alamitos. But Phantom Boss's best game, I think, is speed. The 5, I'm a little bit surprised that he's not up there. Maybe taking the blinkers off affects his status on the pace projector. Let's Rejoice can play it either way. He can either go to the lead or rate. But I would think Phantom Boss is going to be very aggressively ridden out of there, even at this elongated 7/8 sprint.
Yeah, I thought he would be closer as well. I'd also be interested to see what happens with the 2, Margot's Boy. Just because, who knows if this horse will bring any speed over to the main track cutting back. But this horse has the sort of a look of a one-way speed horse on the grass.
Rookie Mistake, the number 1, is not a one-way turf horse, even though both of his lifetime wins have come on turf. Let's go back to his most recent dirt effort. That was the Echo Eddie at Santa Anita. He looks like he's well on his way to victory, Mike. He's taken over the lead in the stretch. He looks clear at the 8th pole. This is a nice Calbred that's going to run him down, though. Big Sweep's the favorite in this race. Big Sweep came back to run 3rd in his next start, and I believe won a stakes race, the Fleet Treat at Del Mar the other day. So I think Rookie Mistake kept pretty good company in this spot and really wasn't disgraced.
Yeah, I thought he ran well in that race. It was a filly that ran him down, but that's a pretty good filly that got him. They've concentrated, mostly on turf with him. I guess his dirt form's okay, Dan. I'm not really that worried about the surface switch. But, he still has to prove he can get 7. And, we'll see what kind of trip he gets in this race.
Margot's Boy has to prove that he wants dirt and he wants to sprint. It's going to be his first start sprinting, his first start on the dirt. He's done some nice things on the turf. Stakes placed going 1 mile and 1/8. It'll just be interesting to see how he handles this surface and where he'll be in the early portion of this race. If he ends up in behind horses and has to take some kickback.
Yeah, I think all those things are major questions for this horse. He's just not the kind of horse I want to be betting on. His turf form is fine. I suspect the 7 furlongs will be okay for him as well, but they got him 4-1 on the line, Dan. I would never take that price on him.
In Brad Free's excellent race advance on DRF.com, he talks about how the Del Mar service has been tiring this meet and has been sort of not been kind to speed horses. Maybe that'll help the 3, Let's Rejoice, simply because he has experience over the synthetic going that might have built his stamina. And his last race at Los Alamitos, I think, was a pretty decent effort. He was wide all the way around the track. And even though he tried to drift in a little bit in the stretch, he was moving at the end of that race. I think he'll get the 7.
Yeah, I thought he ran pretty well in that race, too. He was very wide through most of the running there. He was staying on very gamely at the end, and this horse is a big price on the line. Just one of the horses here that I definitely wanted to use.
El Tigre Terrible won a stakes race in his turf debut sprinting in his final race as a 2-year-old. He has had trouble in both starts on the turf this year for Peter Miller. Let's go all the way back to last year at Del Mar, and this horse really handled Del Mar very nicely last year with 2 victories. Here he is on the outside. He was down inside, and he got him caught a little bit tight. He eventually altered off heels, goes after this pace setter, and goes about his business, putting the even money favorite to bed. I think this horse has a little bit of ability, and he did have some trouble in his 2 turf races.
He did. We'll see what happens here. Switching from turf to dirt, I don't think is a problem for this horse. And I do like his form overall. I guess I'm a little worried about the 7. They've really kept him at much shorter distances than this. So we'll see if he's going to be forward in here. I think getting 7 may be a problem for him, especially if he's going to be the favorite. But I'm not way against him.
I think 7 might be an issue for the 5, Phantom Boss, as well. We saw him finish behind Rookie Mistake in that Echo Eddie Stakes, but it was his first race off of a lengthy layoff. He was a very precocious 2-year-old. He won the Grade 3 Bashford Manor, and Mike, I wonder if he was just one of those 2-year-olds that was real early, and they've started to catch up with him from a maturity standpoint.
Yeah, that's what I worry about too. I'm also a little bit worried about the 7 for him, especially if he's going to show speed in this race. But I'm more worried that it just doesn't feel like he's taken a step forward so far as a 3-year-old.
Clayton Delaney took a lot of money for his career debut. He didn't break very well. He didn't run very well. Phil D'Amato put blinkers on for start number 2, shipped him to Los Alamitos, and he really put it all together. Let's watch the stretch run. Clayton Delaney went right to the front this day, and he just keeps on trucking. 69 Beyer speed figure. He's still learning, but he does have good early speed. We'll see how if he wants to get the 7. It's a little bit too early to determine whether it's in his wheelhouse or not, but he seems to be working well for this. 59 and change at Los Al on the 25th.
Yeah, I guess it won't be easy, stepping right up here, going from 5.5 to 7 off of a maiden win. But I really thought he ran well in that race, Dan. He even still looked green to me. They put the blinkers on and it helped, but he still looked green in his debut. Not only did he have real trouble at the start, but he was a green mess in that race. I mean, he had no idea what he was doing. He never got involved in the running of that race, but he did improve in that race last time. And if he takes one more step forward, I think he can go with these horses.
And Mike, I think the sleeper in the race is the 7, Lightning Fast. I think a lot of folks are going to be on this horse because he does look sneaky on paper. He was a very good-looking winner of his seasonal debut on January the 30th. Wide throughout, cruising up on the outside, and just blew him away in the lane to win by 6. 77 Beyer for a January 3-year-old is okay. Then, unfortunately, he missed some time. He just came back in an impossible spot. As the only 3-year-old in a race full of salty older horses where St. Joe Bay is an old class master, used to be a grade stakes winner, plus he was wide to no avail. He gained a lot of fitness from that last race.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think this is, of course, is a major player in here. I got to be honest, Dan, I'm very surprised to see him 8-1 on the morning line. I think he makes a ton of sense in this race. I actually only really liked the 2 outside horses in this race.
Well, let's take a look at our top picks for the Real Good Deal Stakes, Friday's feature race at beautiful Del Mar. You're going with Clayton Delaney. All the upside in the world. We might have seen the best from horses like Phantom Boss. We might have seen the best from horses like Rookie Mistake. We might have seen the best from horses like El Tigre Terrible. I don't think we've seen the best yet from Clayton Delaney. Lightning Fast also has upside as well.
Yeah, they were the 2 horses I wanted for those very reasons. And I really do feel like they could both really improve in this race. And I don't really want the other ones. I kind of feel like you already know what they are. These 2 horses, to me, either one of them makes a ton of sense in here to me.
Rookie Mistake ran very well from a fig standpoint, from a visual standpoint. When beaten by that filly on the dirt 3 starts back, he's just a hard knocker. I think he can work out his own trip from the inside post. I want to go back to him. And El Tigre Terrible just really seems to appreciate Del Mar. He perked up here last year. 1472 for me, 6735 for Mike. Wide open edition of the Real Good Deal, the feature race at Del Mar on Friday. And it has an approximate post time of 6 o'clock Pacific. Good luck.